Because don't forget, though, folks, like next season, we're getting at least 3, 4 prospects that could go pro. Okay. I'm going to talk about these two prospects specifically. Talk about Riley Kidney. And I know I've talked about Sean Farrell before, but it's got to be mentioned that Sean Farrell right now, he's going to sign with the Montreal Canadiens at the end of his NCAA, my God, NCAA season. At the end of Sean Farrell's NCAA season, he's going to sign with the Montreal Canadiens. 100%. He's second in college hockey in points per game, average points per game, or just points per game in general. He's second in the NCAA. Number one, number one player in the NCAA that's putting up the highest number of points per game, Adam Fantilli. Okay. Sean Farrell, a 4th-round pick, okay, is second in most points per game behind a projected top 3 pick in the 2023 NHL draft. Harvard played their last game, their last regular season game in the NCAA. Because let's be honest, folks, Sean Farrell, 28 games, 47 points. I'm not including tonight, but I know Adam Fantilli reached the 50-point mark. 18 goals and 29 points for Sean Farrell. He's going to sign with the Canadiens, folks. I'm very excited to see him. I really am. I say this again. I saw him in the rookie development camp, and he looked like the best player out there. So smart. He knows what to do with the puck. He knows what to do without the puck. If you look at some of his passing plays, unreal. They played Friday night. He had a penalty shot on YouTube Shorts. We posted it. He did not much of a nice slick move where he made it look easy, just coming in and practically just lobbed the puck on the forehand. Made it look easy. Almost a Slick Nick type of move. Speaking of Slick Nick Suzuki, that beautiful breakaway goal against the Ottawa Senators. Wow. 20th of the season, in case I haven't mentioned it. I don't remember if I mentioned it earlier on in this episode, but 20 goals for Nick Suzuki. He's one away from tying a career high. He's going to reach, I know the boys talked about it last episode, but he's going to reach at least 23, 25, maybe more. There's still a couple of games left. There's still a whole month of March. What am I saying? But Sean Farrell, expect him to sign with the Montreal Canadiens. There's the Big Ten tournament that's going to come up at the beginning of March. It finishes mid-March. And then after that, it's the NCAA playoffs and then the Frozen Four, which is the Final Four. And that's going to happen April 8th. But if ever Harvard gets eliminated before that, don't be surprised if we hear Sean Farrell signs with the Montreal Canadiens. And don't even be surprised that the Canadiens offer him a contract. I know it's only his second year in, but this kid's done it all. He's done it all. Playing the Olympics, playing the World Championships. Won with the Chicago Steel in the U.S. And the United States Hockey League, USHL. Put up over 100 points, almost finished 114 points, something like that. So yeah, I'm excited to see Sean Farrell. I'm going to move on to Riley Kidney. And this is something to consider here, folks. Riley Kidney, him too, 2nd-round pick. Okay. I felt bad for him when I was happy for him that he got selected to Team Canada, the World Juniors last season. Barely played. I think he played like 3 games. And in those 3 games, I think he was lucky if he played more than 3 minutes a game. He was the 13th forward. I mean, he still won. He didn't really do much, though. In this year's World Junior Championship tournament for Team Canada, I thought he was going to make it. Him and Joshua Roy again. Doesn't even make the team. I think that hurt him. I think that must have fueled something inside of him. Because after that happened, after he got cut from Team Canada, he got traded in the Quebec Major Junior. He got traded from his team, Acadie Bathurst, the Titans. He got traded to the Gatineau Olympics. 43 points in 17 games since being traded. He put up 45 points with his previous team in 31 games. 45 points in 31 games. He's got now 43 and 17. He's averaging 2.53 points per game. A total of 88 points in 48 games. I know we always talk about Lane Hudson, for example. Amongst the forwards, Owen Beck kind of slowed down. Philip Massar, unfortunately, not having the season that we all hoped he would have. We talk about Joshua Roy, rightfully so. I mean, don't kid yourself, too. Joshua Roy, he's putting up points as well. 72 points in 43 games. 33 goals. I think he scored another one tonight. Could have had two. I haven't checked the score yet. We're talking about Logan Mailloux. He's got 21 goals so far on the season. Him too scored again tonight. Riley Kidney. I think it's time we start paying a little bit more attention to this kid. I kind of consider him like the Canadian version of Sean Farrell. Sean Farrell being American. Riley Kidney has a bit of that same playmaking style in a sense, except Riley Kidney is a centerman and Sean Farrell's a winger. I don't know whose ceiling is higher, though. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm not sure whose ceiling is higher on this one. We might give it to Sean Farrell. Has a bit of a higher ceiling. But I think Riley Kidney is just as good as Sean Farrell. I really, really believe that. The best way to find out is if these guys start next season in Laval. I know Riley Kidney's going to Laval. I'm willing to bet either my left nut or every dollar I have left in the bank account, which isn't much. He's under contract as of next season. He's played over 4 seasons in the Quebec Major Junior. He's played 4 seasons in junior. He's going pro next year. Him going to Laval, it'll be awesome. I think it'll be great. I think it'll be great. He's going to have no other choice. I don't even think he's going to make the Montreal Canadiens next season. We'll see him at training camp, hopefully. You never know. Everybody loves a good Cinderella story. Everybody loves a good surprise. I hope he goes far, however, in the Quebec Major Junior playoffs. I hope he wins it. I hope he's able to bring his team to Memorial Cup. You ask anybody. A lot of people say, yes, playing for a Stanley Cup is the best experience you could get. A lot of these players say the second best experience in terms of your development, competing, fighting for something is going to the Memorial Cup. You can ask Arbor Jacki that. You can ask Caden Gooley that. You can ask Raphael Harvey-Pinard that. Fighting for the Memorial Cup is key to the development of these players. Ask Nick Suzuki. Raphael Harvey-Pinard beat Nick Suzuki. Him and Joel Teasdale. Joel Teasdale, that's now in Laval. They beat Nick Suzuki's team. You think that doesn't have some kind of important role in Raphael Harvey-Pinard's development? Before going pro, Raphael Harvey-Pinard is where he is because of his work ethic, but also because of everything he's learned and experienced from that time. A guy like Riley Kidney, I hope he has the same road to the NHL. Hopefully not as long as Raphael Harvey-Pinard. What can you expect? Raphael Harvey-Pinard, 7th round pick. He has to work his butt off to get where he is, and he's going to continue to do it because he has to. If he wants to stay in the NHL, he's got to have the Brendan Gallagher work ethic. There's a reason why they call him Gally Pinard in Laval, because we're all reminded of him. This is what I hope for Riley Kidney. I really do. I hope. Can you imagine if the Quebec Major Junior Finals is somehow? I don't think Gatineau and Sherbrooke are in the same conference. Can you imagine? We got a Joshua Roy versus Riley Kidney Quebec Major Junior Final. One of those two goes to the Memorial Cup. Gets to face Logan Mailloux and the London Knights. Can you imagine that? Another player too, where I hope he goes to the Memorial Cup. It'll be great for his development. And then in the Western Conference, Jared Davidson. I'm going to be talking about him one day with the Seattle Thunderbirds. And Dylan Gunther and Adam Lambert. They're having a heck of a season too. There's still some questions though. There's still some unanswered questions in terms of seeing where this team is going. I think with our prospect pool, we have a bit of an idea who we might see in the future, but there's still things to figure out that Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon still need to figure out. But as long as this team has Marty to coach these kids, man, anything is possible. I mean, it really, really is. I don't want to sound too optimistic, but it's kind of hard not to be.